My next guest is coming off a unanimous decision victory over Claudio Silva at UFC Fight Night on October 17th. It is the James Krause back here on the program. James, how's it going?
It's good, man. Good to be back home.
Yes, it's good to see you in the win column as well. Great performance on Saturday. We'll talk about that in a sec, but I wanted to talk about leading up to the fight. It was a short notice opportunity. You got to go to Fight Island. How did this all come together with you taking the fight?
Yeah, well, I pretty much told my management that if I had to fight on Fight Island if I was going to fight again for the rest of the year, just with the coaching schedule and stuff like that, it's just really tough for me. I have October 31st. I have November 14th, November 28th, December 12th, January 16th. These are already booked, and that's UFC only. That's not counting my show on Fight Pass, regional stuff, all that good stuff. So. If I wanted to fight, that's what I had to do, and I told them that I'm in shape. I'm ready to take something if they need it. That fight was actually offered to me about 8 weeks ago, and I accepted it, and they pulled it from me. I don't know why. And then they offered again about a month ago. I said no. I just I really don't want to take on short notice. And then they said it was still open, so I was like, screw it, let's just take it. And yeah.
So that must have made it a little bit easier just because you had already sort of knew about him. I'm sure you were already scouting him and knew. Yeah. So in terms of preparation, probably a little bit better than fighting some newcomer, right?
Yeah. I mean, and the fight really intrigued me too, because he's unbeaten. His one loss is a DQ, so he's not really ever been beaten anyway. So the fight really intrigued me. I really like the matchup. I feel like I match up well with those jiu-jitsu guys. Because I feel like I have the jiu-jitsu to nullify that. My wrestling is usually a little bit better than them, and I feel like I can strike with the elite strikers as well. So I really like the matchup. It intrigued me, and I like that puzzle. The puzzle to give me a new challenge. I liked it a lot. So yeah, we just went ahead and took it. The short notice isn't ideal. I had a fairly tough weight cut. Travel sucks, but it's just adapt and overcome. Did you have Tyler Minton for your weight cut? I'm sure he didn't go down with you, but you were in communication with him. Yeah, he does. He helps me with all my cuts. I really don't need a ton of help going to 70. Yeah. And this one I did because we just didn't have much time. We only had 13 days notice, and I literally got the call after my son's first birthday party, and I just pigged out on Jack Stack Barbecue. So I was pretty heavy when I took the fight. Okay, I like the honesty there. One of the cool things heading into the fight, I have, obviously Grant Dawson. I know him quite well. I have him on Facebook. I saw your gym. They made that video, saying, "Hey, go James" and all that. How much did that pump you up? I know you've had support before, but I thought that was really cool that Grant put that together. Yeah, it's great, man. Just the team, we all support each other. So it was, I didn't need a video to know that, but it was cool that they took the time to do it. My team's always very, very supportive of not just me, but each other, and I think that's. You don't really see that a lot. You know what I mean? I see with a lot of the mega gyms, it just seems like there's, 5 or 6 small gyms inside of one building. And that's definitely not the case with us. We're a very tight knit group. And, I think that video shows meant a lot to me. And, it was great to see. What was the strategy heading into the fight? And you feel like you stuck with it throughout the entire 3 rounds? You watched it, man. Sprawl and brawl. I feel like I could nullify his jiu-jitsu and his wrestling. I feel like I pretty much said it leading up to how it was going to go. I said I didn't think he could get me down, and if he did get me down, I didn't think he could hold me down. I didn't think his jiu-jitsu was good enough to sub me, and I knew that the striking department was going to be light years difference. And I think I showed just that. Stuck to the game plan to a T. Hit his body, hit his head. I had to make some adjustments halfway through because of my knee, but it went. You can listen to any interview I did beforehand. I called it pretty much how it went. Any nerves going to the scorecards at all, just with what happened in Texas? Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. And he was prancing around like he won the damn fight. I know. It was weird. Yeah, I was confused. Yeah, I thought I won every round. My coach told me I lost a second. I was like, I don't know how he didn't hit me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I felt like I won every single round fairly convincingly. I landed more shots. I landed the cleaner shots. I avoided his pressure. I avoided his takedowns. I feel like I won in every single category. I may not have blown him out of the water, but if you look at significant strikes, I don't think he ever hit me clean, but maybe once or twice. I hit him clean multiple times around. So I don't know what anybody else would look for if they thought I lost one of the rounds.
And then obviously Jonathan Martinez, who you train with a bit at Factory X, got the win before you. Did that kind of pump you up a little bit heading into your fight, or is that something you don't even pay attention to as you're going in?
It's cool, good for him. Young kid, did well. Big win for him, biggest win of his career. I don't want to say it pumps me up, or I remember thinking to myself, like my coach, he was there for a month. Mark was there for over a month, so it was already a big deal that we even took the fight. He didn't want to stay, but of course he stayed for us because he's an awesome dude. And it was a great opportunity for both Jonathan and myself. But I remember thinking, Pedro, we call him Pedro. Pedro won. And I remember thinking, I'm not fucking losing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
hey, the judges are getting it right tonight. Because, you both were on that Texas card as well, too, which is so interesting.
Yeah.
So
I remember thinking to myself, I'm not fucking losing this fight. So, it was. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous when we went to the judges.
What's the plan for the next couple of weeks? Because I know, like you said, you're probably done fighting this year, I would think, just because, like you said, you took advantage of this opportunity you just fought. I know you got a lot of teammates and fighters you train with coming up. So what's the next couple of months looking like for you in terms of coaching?
October 31st, Jason Witt. November 14th, Julian Marquez, Jeff Molina. November 28th, Gina Mazzani, Sean Woodson. Title fight, December 12th, Megan Anderson. Tim Elliott, January 16th.
So no breaks.
No, there's never any breaks, man. Like it doesn't work like that when you have a team like we have. It doesn't work like that, and I don't want to fucking break, man. I don't need a break. I love what I do, man. I'm on vacation every day. I love what I do. We had 35 people on the mat at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning today, all working hard. It's a very, very blue-collar work ethic type place. All my guys are ready to fight. They're all ready to get down, and we're trying to get better. You know what I mean? I really feel like we're building something special here, and it's going to stay that way.
You mentioned Julian Marquez. Have you seen his podcast, Beauty and the Beast? And the only reason I mention that is because I actually edit his podcast for him. I just started doing it recently. And they called you, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, they do like a segment at the end where they pick out a beauty and a beast. And you were one of the beasts the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I seen the segment. I've seen the segment on that. I don't really I don't listen to podcasts on a regular. I don't even listen to like Joe Rogan's or anything like that on a regular basis. So I've watched a couple segments here and there, but I haven't watched the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, though. They at least recognize you. Julian giving you some props. I know it's been a good fit since he's come back to Missouri and being there in the gym because he's a good character too, right? So.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. Well, James, thanks for the time. I know you got a million things to do. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the James Krause. Thank you for having me on, man. Appreciate it as always.